All right, let's talk about something I'm pretty sure we've all seen or maybe even lived through. You're on a team, you buy some expensive, shiny new software, and it ends up creating more headaches than it solves. Yeah, you're not alone. Today, we're going to lay out the blueprint for a digital system that actually works. This is a step-by-step guide from that huge, big-picture strategy all the way down to the nitty-gritty of your daily work.
So the big question is, how do you build a great one? Not just a functional one, but a great one. It's a challenge that trips up even the smartest organizations. They'll spend a ton of money on tech that just doesn't fix the real problem. And why is that? Well, it's usually because they're starting in completely the wrong place.
Okay, let's break this down. On the left, you've got the common way. You see a problem, you go buy a tool. It's totally reactive. It's a technology-first approach. But look at the right side. This is the smart way. It doesn't begin with a feature list or a software demo. Nope, it starts with a much deeper question. What is our purpose here?
And this quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it all. Before you even think about looking at software, before you sign a single contract, you have to nail down why you're building this thing in the first place. That purpose, that becomes your North Star. It guides every single decision you make from here on out.
So, if we're starting with purpose, where do we find it? The answer is, you have to zoom out. All the way out. You've got to start by mapping the entire world that your business lives and breathes in. We call this world your industry ecosystem. You can think of it just like a natural ecosystem. You've got all these different players, your suppliers, your partners, customers, even your competitors, and you're all connected. You're connected by these flows of value, by dependencies, by mutual exchange. The fact is, no business is an island. We all exist inside this really complex, interconnected web.
And here is exactly why mapping this is so critical. When you do this, it reveals what we call the industry value chain. This gives you a crystal clear picture of the value you absolutely must give and must receive just to survive and thrive in your market. It basically defines the fundamental rules of the game. These are non-negotiable.
Okay, so now we get the big picture, right? We see the whole industry. Now it's time to zoom in a bit. How does our specific company carve out its own unique place inside that value chain? How do we win?
This is where your business model comes into play. It's like a filter. Think about it. Out of all the hundreds of things you could do in your industry, your business model defines your specific plan to win. It's how you are going to turn all that value exchange into profit. It really sharpens your focus on what actually matters for your success.
So let's connect the dots. Because your industry demands certain things, and because your business model is your unique plan to deliver on those things, you don't know what you need. You need specific capabilities. These aren't just vague ideas. They are the critical, high-level things your organization has to be amazing at, not just once in a while, but reliably and repeatedly to make that business model a reality. And this is where it gets real. A capability like innovative product development, that's just a wish. It only becomes real through your core processes, like doing market research and prototyping. Think about it, right? You can't just go out and buy a capability off the shelf. You have to build it. And you build it by defining, practicing, and perfecting the processes that bring it to life, day in and day out. Okay, stick with me here, because this next part, this is the big aha moment. This is the key insight that connects all those actions we take with the actual value we're trying to create. It's a really powerful idea that'll completely change how you think about work itself.
Just think about it for a second. Every single one of those processes we just mentioned, from resolving a customer support ticket to developing a new feature, every single one exists for one simple reason.
And that reason is to produce a product. But hold on, I'm not talking about a physical thing you can hold in your hand. So what on earth kind of product is a process supposed to create?
The answer is something our source material calls a processed product. This is the meaningful, and here's the key word, actionable result of any process. It's not just some random output. It's an output that literally empowers the next person or the next system down the line to do their job. It's fuel for the next step.
Let's look at these examples to make it super clear. A talent acquisition process, its processed product, isn't a list of applicants. No, it's ready to onboard candidates. See that? It's an actionable result the HR team can use right now. A marketing campaign's process product is audience engagement and trust. And a budget planning process, it delivers an approved financial plan. Each one of those is a valuable, actionable outcome that someone can immediately run with.
Okay, time to put all the pieces together and see the full blueprint. Understanding this whole stack, that's your true advantage. It gives you a complete, logical line of sight, from the 30,000-foot view of your industry all the way down to the nuts and bolts of the systems you actually need to build.
And here it is, the full stack, the complete blueprint, and it flows so logically from top to bottom. You start with the industry, which tells you the rules of the game. Your business model is your specific plan to win that game. That plan requires specific capabilities, which you deliver through your core processes. And what's the goal of every single process? To create a valuable processed product. And here it is, the final, crucial step. Your digital system is built to manage the entities and journeys involved in creating that product. The entity is the thing being processed, like a candidate or a support ticket. The journey is the path it takes. This is where you finally get to design your software, to track those entities on that journey.
When it's all said and done, the real power of this blueprint is that it gives your entire organization a shared language. It clearly defines what's valuable, how that value gets created, and what you should be measuring. When everyone, from the leadership team to the engineers to even the AI tools you're using, when everyone understands the specific journey of a customer ticket from a problem to a resolution, you get this level of clarity and alignment that's just impossible to achieve otherwise.
And that's really the magic of starting with purpose instead of software. It forces you to build this deep, shared understanding of your business from the ground up. So now that you have the blueprint, the question I'll leave you with is this: how are you going to use it to define what's truly valuable in your world?